the man, Cujo. And of course I got the Sens 2D jersey up there because I live here in Ottawa. I do get a little bit torn at times. Tugger, I was thrilled to get this. And look at, he's like looking down. He was like up on a high shelf and he's like looking down at me saying, Matt, take me home. Yeah, beauty. That's gonna go right here on the shelf. You know, I'm always trying to find ways, unique ways to bring you content, which is a challenge, I'll be honest with you. So I thought a video talking about a little bit of everything, sort of a smorgasbord of content. And I'm gonna call this the Goalie Kitchen. The Goalie Kitchen is gonna be a variety of subjects. And I'm doing this too because I want you to get to know me a little bit more, and why I do what I do and what Vintage Goalie's all about, because I really do enjoy it. So what I wanted to update you on is my ODR. So it's been 3 weeks since I filmed anything and put anything on YouTube, and that's because my rink is done. It's been a brutal few weeks. In fact, I want to say it was the second week in February where we had a good 4 or 5 days of just like, you know, mild temperature, which is really strange for February. But it got really warm, and then it got cold, and then it got warm, and then we had rain and then snow, and every day it's up and down. It's just been crazy. So I'm done with it. I've let it go for the rest of the year. Kind of heartbreaking because I didn't get as long of a season out of it as I was hoping to, but the weather just it's the boss. The weather's the boss, and it shut me down. So that's the update on the ODR, and I actually wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. So second thing I wanted to talk about is just a product update. So the Pioneers and Legends shirt, thanks for your positive feedback. Thank you most of all for your patience, because you know, they came in late, which I let everybody know. It was a pre-order and they were coming in near the end of February. Anyways, they're in stock now. They're getting out the door. I thought I'd take a minute and do a little summary as to what the design is about, because there is some symbolism and little hidden messages. So I'm going to do that now. So the first one is, if you look at your shirt, if you've got one, you can also see it up close on my website. There are 6 stars, and those 6 stars represent the original 6. So the original 6 teams, that's what the stars mean. The second detail is right here at the south end. We've got a 1 with these vertical lines, and what that is, I'll hold it up close. So the number 1 represents just you know, back then that was the number. There were no other numbers. All goalies back then at the beginning wore number 1. So I'm a big fan of number 1. It's not my number, but I mean, that number tells such a great story, and it speaks to so many goalies back then. Also, the number 1 is set within what I'm calling, it's a banner. So it's a banner that you would typically see hung from the rafters. And not that the number 1 has been a retired number, but it's sort of my way of putting it up into the rafters as a way to pay respect and tribute to that number 1. You know, I think of so many goalies that used to wear it, and how important they are to us and to so many franchises. So the number 1 is up there and it's hanging from the rafters. This sort of starburst design that you see here on each side of the goalie mask, that's starburst there. There are 22 bursts, so 22 points, 11 on each side, and that's 2022. It's the year the shirt was made. The last one, actually 2 more, although this one here isn't really symbolic, but it's just something that was important to me. The 2 masks are out of my head. Obviously, I look at a lot of masks, so there's probably some, you know, there's like inspiration that's sort of floating up in there, and it comes out, and it came out into this design. But what I did particularly, if you look at it up close, is I flared out the chin. So I've always been a fan of a scoop in the chin. Not for everybody, but I thought, man, like back in the day, if I was making that mask, like that's what I'd love to see, is a flare in that chin. So that's just a little thing I added in there, sort of my own little touch. And the last thing I put here on the shirt, which is really important to me, is right here, if you look up close, that little graphic, that's actually an H. So that's an H graphic. And what that represents for me is I'm from the Hamilton area. I grew up in a small town. It's called Mount Hope, a little town just outside of Hamilton. But I spent most of my childhood, like I went to school in Hamilton. I grew up there. And anyway, as we know, Hamilton is the home, I call it kind of the home of goaltending when I think of Konecki's, and I think of their long history. And the sleeves, as you know, if you look at the sleeves, you've got there Pioneers and Legends running down the sleeve. I got the flying mask up here near the shoulder, and at the bottom of the sleeve right here is the number 1 again. So it's the 1 hanging from the rafters. So I thought that would be a nice little addition on the sleeve as well. So there's the shirt. All right, next up, a few products that are back in stock. So it was a little crazy, kind of crazy around Christmas time, and I got cleared right out. And so being a small business and managing this myself, it gets expensive to restock everything all at once. So I have to be kind of careful how I do it and think it through, and because I hate sitting on inventory. The beanie is back. So the charcoal, there it is there. And the black, there it is there. So they are back in stock. And yeah, these go really quick. They go really fast. Anyways, I got them back in stock. So if you want to pick one up, vintagegoalie.ca, and I'll ship one out to you, as well as the 2-pad stack shirt. That one I was out for a good few months. Anyways, it's back in stock as well. So so there's the product update. Oh, the jerseys. Can't forget about the jerseys. The tribute jersey. So they all came in, all sizes, but there was a problem with the print. The only ones that were good were the 4XLs. So the 4XLs have been shipped out. The 2XLs, which is what the majority of you ordered, those are coming in, I believe it's next Friday. I mean, I did put it on the site to let you know that it would be near the end of the month, but I was really, I guess, hoping they'd be in sooner. So end of February, they'll come in and they'll be shipped out right away. So thank you for your patience. So I've also got these postcards. So I thought it would be kind of fun to make postcards of some of the photos I've taken, and include one in every order. So here they are here. I'll just show you a nice stack of them. So there they are there. So I took that photo on my street. So this is a Winwell street mask, and there it is there. Winwell street mask, and I laid it down on the road, and then I just played with it in Photoshop, and I posted it a while ago. Anyway, I've printed these off, and I've got a number of them, a few hundred, so I'm including one in every order. Okay, tonight, I gotta actually shut this down pretty quick, because tonight is Leafs versus the Wings. It's hockey night in Canada, 10-7. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I can't imagine on that stage, like the pressure and just having to shake that one off. Oof, man, that's tough. Got to let that one go. All 4 goalies are good goalies, and they'll shake it off. But man, that's a tough one to swallow. All right, let's talk gear for a minute. This is my skate. This is the Bauer 1100. I've had these skates for, well, a long time. I think they came out in 09, 2010, somewhere around there. And I know it's a bit old school to see the cowling, but I like them. I kind of get into something, I get comfortable, and I have a hard time moving out of it. And you know, it's funny, I played about a week ago, and I find myself getting really picky on certain pieces of my gear. Some things I don't really care about, but my skates, I find that, you know, the sharpness of my blade is become something I'm just paying more attention to. So I get my skates sharpened at a place called B Sharp. B Sharp is just off Fallowfield Road. If you're in the Ottawa area, I highly encourage you to check them out. So 416 Fallowfield, and it's right near the Costco Plaza. Anyways, a couple of guys in there who really know their stuff. They know not only sharpen skates, but they do skate repair as well. And anyway, this is a 5/8 radius, and I really like it. And I know there's the 1/2 inch. You can go up to the 1/2 inch, and then the 3/8. I may want to try that at some point, the 1/2 inch, but right now I'm doing the 5/8. Happy with it, but a sharp blade, that's kind of a big deal. So while we're talking skates, I'll show you what I used to wear. These are my skates when I was a kid. And just give you a little close up there. These are called Bauer Little Beaver is what they're called. And I'm gonna show you a little close up here so you can see it there. There's the old Bauer logo with the, does it have the little, does it have, yeah, it has that little wing logo just before the B. Anyways, there they are. It's fun to have stuff you had when you were a kid. I don't have a lot of things like this from when I was little. Unfortunately, my parents held on to these. Just says Bauer, size 8, made in Canada. There they are again. Fun to have those still. All right, I'm just gonna show you that Behind the Mask comic book again. That was just a great gift from my buddy Jamie. Look at that. I mean, I've never seen this. I felt kind of silly never having seen this before, but some of these illustrations, I mean, come on. So well done. Look at that. Look at that. Excellent illustrations, the captions, the story. I mean, what a wonderful piece. Thanks again, Jamie. That was really kind of you. Went to the mailbox, out of the blue. Don't know who it's from. See the name Jamie, I won't give his last name out, but the goalie community is a special one, not because I get stuff from them, but we share the same passion, you know. It's like a family. Really cool. Thanks again, Jamie. Very cool of you. Before I go, I just want to tell you my favorite setup right now. It's been my favorite setup for a little while. Beautiful. It's by Anthony Stolarz from the Anaheim Ducks. So his True set, all black with just a little bit of orange in there. Wow, that is beautiful. Beautiful setup. I mean, True is just killing it out there. I will say this though, I would love to see more of the L87. I love that style of pad. I know it's old school, it's a throwback, but it's beautiful. Knee rolls, vertical stitch. Oh man, that's beautiful. I've got so many different color combos in my head. So many cool things you could do with that. All right, so that's it for now. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos, just to, you know, sprinkle in a bit of this, a bit of that. It's kind of fun. I enjoyed it. There's so many things I can talk about. And the Goalie Kitchen. Let's do it again. Bye for now.